Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. You stay there. Can you just stay at this terrible angle? It looks horrible. That would be great. Get out of here, Kawaii Cost. I've seen your room. I've seen your room, sir. Am I Scandinavian? I have some Scandinavian heritage, but I am not a Scandinavian, if that's what you're asking. Greetings from Switzerland. Dude, what is up? What is up? Are you watching me while sitting on your Swiss vault of illicit Nazi gold? Is that where Swiss people watch the stream from? I don't know that I've ever talked to a Swiss person on one of my streams, so I'm just wondering, you know? Are you sitting crisscross applesauce on top of a giant pile of, oh, crypto gold? Well, that's even better. That's even better, my friend. Would you guys be willing to make a calendar for patrons so we can see what comes when? That is something that we will eventually have for you guys. In the first months, we're just going to do content when we can. Probably for the first couple of months. You'll get all the content, just like when and where. You know, you might not get much notice for that, but I think it would be really smart for us to, as we kind of codify all the things that we're doing, to get you guys kind of an idea of when it's coming, so you, if you like to make it to the live shows, you can. You know, until then, we're going to try and give you guys as much notice as possible that a show's coming. But yes, that has been discussed and will be worked on. I just became a patron yesterday. Where do I find the DFF and other content at? If you're a patron, then you went to Patreon and you signed up on the Pessimist Productions Patreon. We are working on an archive solution for all the past shows, but you can access them by just scrolling back through our patron posts and finding them. All of the episodes of the show are there. TJ said he was going to work on a master post, but I don't think that ever happened, so I will look at that today when I get the chance. Going back and getting all the links and just doing a master post for patrons, so it's easier for you guys to find the shows that have been made so far. How's that? I'll take care of that today. That should make it easy for everybody. But until then, if you want to, you know, I'll be doing this for a couple hours. If you'd like to go back and watch an episode, just scroll back through the, you know, the patron announcements. You know, there'll be a bunch of polls and stuff, because we do a lot of polls on Patreon. Hey, Coolman, I'd love that, dude. That would make it all the easier for me to just copy paste it over. So, I'd like to just get a master post that we can update and repost when we get a new one, you know. So that would make it easier for people. Obviously, it's time to take all the guns. Yeah, dude, it's time to take all the guns, dude. You go ahead and do that. You get started on that. See how well that works out for you. Now, dude, taking all the guns. Oh, thank you, Coolman. I appreciate that, dude. That's super helpful. Not just to me, but to the patrons. So. You were making a sarcastic comment? Oh. Okay. Sarcasm doesn't always read so well over the internet. What kind of tree is that? I don't know exactly. I can show you guys the tree. They're kind of weird trees. Oops. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry about that. I'll show you guys these trees. So I'm not sure what kind of tree that is. You know, they've got like the single trunk. Some of them don't really split as much as this one did. I believe these are all the same trees. But you can see I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm not a. This is a smaller. This is definitely a different kind of tree over here. But I don't know. It's a swamp tree. What do you want? What do you want, guys? It's a swamp fucking tree. I'd buy that for $1. Fidel, how do you feel about your brother stepping down? It's, you know, dude. I'm not in the place to do a Fidel today. I'm just not. I'm not there, dude. I'm not there. Paul the botanist. This is a different kind of swamp tree. Yeah, this is a swamp tree, and this is a different swamp tree. Watch the stream where you show your swamp backyard. I assume the whole area is quite similar because Louisiana and stuff. My question is, what the hell do your neighbors mow every single day? Some of them seem to be capable of keeping up some kind of Bermuda lawn. Our backyard is particularly bad because the house that we live in is on the downside of a small slope. So think about the other neighbors being kind of on the top of a hill, and we're in a small basin at the base of the hill. So even though they're right next to us, the elevation change means that the water, when it pours, and this is not their fault, this is just Louisiana and poor building of this fucking place. But when it rains, the water from their yards runs into ours due to it being lower. So they don't really get the flooding that we do back. I mean, just look, it hasn't really rained in a while. And I just want you guys to look at this. God damn it, fucking hand. I mean, there are just puddles of standing water in our backyard. And no real grass to speak of, just mostly tufts of swamp weeds. So, you know, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work well. It's not well designed here. In a future Cinema for Cynic stream, can y'all watch Six String Samurai? It's probably closest thing we'll ever get to a Fallout movie. It's pretty good and has a great soundtrack. I mean, you know, if it's good, then it doesn't really work for Cynics versus Cinema. You know what I mean? That's the tough thing with Cynics versus Cinema is that it can't be a good movie. Because during good movies, you know what TJ and I like to do? We like to quietly sit and watch them and then talk about them later. Well, that doesn't make for much of a stream, right? So they can't be good. At least not in the traditional sense. They've got to be shitty, but they can't be too shitty. They can't be unwatchably shitty. There are some movies that are total dog shit and are just, you can't really riff on them because they're just a boring series of conversations between people. That's the worst kind of film, and it's the hardest one to avoid too, because there's so many of them. So many movies, like really shitty B movies, lean on that crutch of like, we're going to establish a shitty premise for the movie, and then most of the movie is going to be really cheap to shoot because it's all just people standing around in a room and talking. And there are so many of those movies out there, I couldn't even tell you. Can't use those. Or at least we try and avoid using those to the best of our ability. Paul, has TJ told you about Don't Big Me? I'm scared for Cynics vs. Cinema? I don't think so, dude. Cinema for Cynics does beaches. Oh, beaches. Did you see that? Oh yeah, dude. I feel so bad for Billy. I hate when people's dogs pass away, man. It's heartbreaking stuff. So everybody should go give Billy some love on his Twitter and stuff. As if you didn't heard, his dog Freezer passed away this morning, which is, you know, that just sucks. I don't know what I'd do, man. McCain just announced he's going to run in 2020. Did he really? I don't think he did, dude. There's no way. The dude hasn't even been to work. I mean, not that I'm blaming him. Got brain cancer and shit, but that doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. He can't even do his job now. Yeah. Like, John McCain hasn't been... He's still, an elected official, but he hasn't been to Washington to do his job in months because... Yeah, dude, he's definitely... He's not gonna... Yeah, he's running for the grave. He's running for the grave, dude. McCain with a brain tumor would be better than what we currently have. You're probably right. I mean, you're probably right about that, but that doesn't mean he's going to run. Can we get these geriatric bone sacks out of our government? We're far overdue for an overhaul of fresh minds and faces. I don't know if I go that far, but I have a tendency to agree that, like, electing like 70-year-olds and shit, that just needs to stop. I'm sorry to say, dude, I don't mean to be ageist or whatever. There are probably a lot of really spry 70-year-olds out there. But it's too risky. People are too fucking out of touch. Is Bernie too old? Yeah, in my opinion, he is. In fact, in my opinion, he was when he was running back then. Like, I think he would have been a fine president, especially in comparison to the one we have now. But I really think we as a culture need to start demanding that some younger people run for office. Because, fucking Trump is our oldest elected president. He's a septuagenarian when he was elected. It just seems like an unstable way to do things. 70-year-olds just die, which is always a hard transition for the country. So why would we risk that? 70-year-olds' mental faculties tend to degrade as they get older. Why would we want that? I mean, I think we're seeing a lot of that in Trump. If you go back and look at, interviews with Donald Trump when he was a younger man, in his 30s and his 40s, even in his 50s, it's like watching a different person talk. He clearly has lost quite a bit of his cognitive ability in his old age. That's something that needs to be talked about, right? So not only is he old enough to be pretty out of touch with, the general populace in terms of, just his priorities, but he's old enough that his cognitive functioning has clearly been impaired. He's clearly having a harder time stringing together sentences and grasping big concepts and keeping a narrative going and remembering the things that he said in the past. I mean, clearly all of those things are happening to Trump. And I think that anybody that says they aren't is just denying the obvious on the face of it truth. And if that's the case, shouldn't we be a little concerned about having a cognitively impaired 70-year-old running our country who doesn't remember what he said yesterday? Shouldn't that be a problem? No, I think the minimum age for president is fine. I don't think that needs to be lower at all. But I certainly think an upper limit for president is something that should be established as well. Just knowing what we know about getting old. Because you could elect somebody that's 70, right? And maybe they've got good cognitive function and they're spry and they're just as sharp as they ever were politically. And then in a year, they're not. Because that's what happens to old people. They hit a wall cognitively and then they start to go down from there. And you could elect a president, once again, that on the day he puts his hand on the Bible and takes the oath, he's perfectly fine. And then 1, 2, 3 years into his first term, all of a sudden he's not. Because he was 70 when you elected him. That's already happening with Trump. In fact, I think it was already in full swing when Trump was running. A lot of people noticed it, including myself. I remember when Trump was running, talking about how old he was, talking about how different it was watching him talk now than it was. And I'm not even talking about his politics. Leave that on the table. I'm just talking about the way he structures his sentences, the way he conveys information, his vocabulary, his syntax. All of that is changed, and changed in a way that leads me to believe a lot of it has to do with age-related cognitive impairment. It's changed to simplification. It's changed, like he's lost vocabulary. He's lost speed in thinking and response. He's lost the ability to convey a message and have it be understood. He's lost descriptive ability. All of these are signs of fucking early onset dementia. Or not even early onset. He's fucking 70. He has cognitive impairment. This is something that like needs to be discussed. This needs to be what's on the news. Not necessarily that he fucked a porn star and lied about it, but that he's cognitively impaired. He has age-related cognitive impairment. You can watch it. Watch his speeches. Watch his speeches from 20, 30, 40 years ago and tell me you don't see that clearly something in Trump's brain went wrong. Would an age limit be constitutional? If an age limit on the bottom is constitutional, why wouldn't it be constitutional at the top? Seems like it'd be fine for me. Oh God, no, Paul, don't start talking about Trump. Too late. Too late, Galen. It's too late. Trump's most likely on drugs. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. And you know, I don't know that we're even talking about illegal drugs. We're just talking about like, you know, old age drugs that have an effect on your cognitive ability. He should not be the president of the United States just based on that. Just based on that. Just based on the fact that he can't think as fast as he needs to. Just based on the fact that he can't remember what he said an hour ago. All of this other shit that, you know, the collusion allegations and the porn star allegations, like, that's not the biggest fucking ammunition. Like, why don't we have a ballsy news media outlet that's willing to say what we're all thinking about Trump? Fuck the porn star. Not necessarily. Oh yeah, go ahead and fuck the porn star Trump. But forget the porn stars. Forget the weird, you know, foreign policy. Let's start looking at just Trump's cognitive ability. Is he capable of the immense responsibility of being the figurehead of a country at his age? My answer is absolutely not. And that's obvious. Only old people watch news anyway. Well, he's one of those. Reports from inside of his White House inner circle have said since the very beginning that he spends between 6 and 10 hours a day watching Fox News. Think about that. That's your president. Spends between 6 and 8 and 10 hours a day sitting in front of his TV watching Fox News. And then, because he's kind of lost it a little bit, because he's not thinking so well, he gets fired up like old men do and creates national policy based on what Fox and Friends is talking about that morning. This is what I'm talking about, guys. We have an old codger at the head of our fucking, like, fuck the rest of it, man. The collusion and the bullshit and the Russia and the this, fuck all that. We have an old codger with his finger on the nuclear button. It's not even due to idiocy that he's impulsive. He's impulsive because he's cognitively impaired. He's impulsive because that's what old men do. Old men who aren't quite all there anymore sit in front of the TV and get fired up about Fox News and then decide they're going to fucking start talking about that. The only problem is that this old fucking codger's our president. What does his staff think while he's sitting around all day watching TV? Probably, oh my God, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? There's a pile of shit on his desk that he needs to do. Why is our president sequestered away in his room watching Fox News and tweeting shit that he hasn't told us about yet? That's probably what they're thinking. That's probably why they're constantly leaking, because a lot of them see the writing on the wall. I think a lot of the leaks that are coming out about Trump are just people trying to cover their asses when the shit hits the fan, as it inevitably will. He looks confused all the fucking time. Just look at him. He doesn't look like he knows where he is. He looks like he's living in some geriatric fantasy land in his orange fucking balloon head. I don't even think Trump knows what's going on most of the time. Like, this is a problem, guys. It's a major fucking problem. Our fucking president is geriatric. He doesn't know what he's saying. He forgets shit that he said yesterday and contradicts himself every fucking day.
Shit, what do you do now?
Nothing. I'm just talking about, like, the elephant in the room with Trump. All this porn star shit, bullshit. Who cares? The guy is impaired cognitively. Look at his old fucking interviews. Look at him talk 20 years ago and then listen to him talk now.
Yeah,
he's geriatric, dude.
Like they said his like vocabulary has gone down and shit, so
He's fucking geriatric. Not that there's, like, whatever, not that there's anything wrong with that, but you don't want a doddering old man who spends all day waving his fist at Fox News running your country. That's what old men do. They kick back on their lazy boys and watch Fox News all the doo-dah day. And then get all fired up about it. Go talk to their families about it. The only problem is that instead of sitting at the dinner table and talking to their families about what Sean Hannity said, we've got a president making policy about it on the fly.
you know what I think, Paul?
What?
I think you're a liberal cuck.
Oh, yeah. Totally cucked.
For
Total lib cuck.
4D chess, Paul. 4D chess. Actually, I noticed I never hear that.
I mean, like, if his dementia keeps getting worse, like, is anybody going to say anything when it's like, rumors from inside of the White House, leaks from inside of the White House say that Trump spends most of his days with his head lolled back and his mouth open, slacked, drooling, shitting his pants. Like, are we gonna talk about the age problem then? And now, Donald Trump with the State of the Union address. Ugh! Where's my masked peas? The woman that changed my diaper is stealing from me. She's stealing. She's going through my pockets. I seen her when she's changing my diaper. She's going through my pockets. That dumb bitch. Like, are we gonna say something then?
I have over $400 billion in my pockets, and she took it. Took it away.
Those kids out on the lawn are making too much noise. They're making too much noise. Somebody tell Ronnie Reagan I want to have a meeting with them. Somebody call Ronnie Reagan. All right, I'm a businessman, damn it. I can talk to the president. It's like, are we going to say something then, or is that going to be okay too?
Paul, Trump was examined by the finest doctors, and they have said that he is the picture of fucking health.
Oh, yeah, dude. The picture of health.
Picture of health. Super genes, dude. They tested his cognitive abilities as well, and they said he's the sharpest man on the face of the earth.
Do I think the constant flip-flopping has to do with not remembering shit? Yes. Yes! Yes! I think that he legitimately makes policy, makes statements on behalf of the United States, and then forgets he did it and makes contrary statements weeks later. Because he can't remember. That's why the Trump White House, doesn't have a doctrine. There's no Trump doctrine. There's no Trump worldview that's being broadcast out from his government. because it changes every day because his brain is deteriorated to the point where he can't hold on to a concept for more than a week or two.
Yeah, so we have President Fox and friends. What did Fox and friends say today? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the policy. And, I mean, it pretty much appears like anyone who flatters Trump's ego.
Just like an old man. I tell you what, Gramps, you were just an American hero. Oh, I don't know about that, you know. Yeah, he's subject to flattery, just like an old doddering old man. Oh, yeah, you know, we're kind of in an adversarial position with China, but I talked with the leader of China for 10 minutes, and he told me I was a great leader, and I totally understand now why he's doing what he's doing. That's what an old man does.
It's like we were talking about his relationship with Macron earlier.
Yeah.
I think was it on Abandoned Hope we were talking about that, or was it before?
Yeah, we were talking about that on Abandoned Hope, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how he's just always sucking up to Macron and shit. How he and Macron, there's no way from a policy standpoint these two dudes should ever be friends. And it's clearly that Macron is nurturing that. Yeah, he's nurturing that relationship because he knows, like, all I got to do to keep Donald Trump in my pocket is to tell him he's fucking a great leader and talk about how great he is and take him out to fancy state dinners and shit. Sold.
Ron's a good guy.
See, this is like there's so many problems with it's not just the policy problem of an old doddering man. It's the influence problem of an old doddering man. We need a president that's looking after our interests, that isn't going to walk into a room with a Putin or a Xi Jinping or a fucking, whatever, a foreign leader. And just roll over immediately because they can speak better than he can. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, I listened to them, and I think that they're right. What? Doddering old fuck. Oh. I honestly have more respect for those who voted for Trump to watch the world burn than those who genuinely supported the lobotomite. I mean, like, anybody that was genuinely a supporter of Trump is fucking just as dumb as he is, dude. I was talking about this shit before he was elected. The fact that I thought he was a geriatric old fucking fool that was probably impaired. And here we are.
I mean, I supported a candidate who was just as old, so I don't know if I could talk as much shit.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, though. Say what you want about Bernie. I don't think that Bernie should have been president, dude. I was talking earlier about setting an upper limit for fucking presidents. If there's a lower limit, there should be a fucking upper limit. And I think Bernie was the danger with Bernie was that he could just die any second. Like, people his age just croak. You know what I mean?
You got to admit that he seems like he has better command of
definitely.
faculties than Trump does.
Oh, definitely. You can listen to fucking Bernie. Now, once again, like, I notice a difference between Bernie Sanders talking as a younger man and Bernie Sanders now. So clearly there has been some drop-off in his cognitive ability. And,
I mean, like, when you're 80,
well, that's what I'm saying, though. When you're talking about some other job, when you're 80, you gotta struggle a little bit, is okay. When you're talking about the president of the United States, it's not. It's not okay. You need somebody that's clear-headed and has a grasp of their faculties in the presidential seat. That's a must. A must. Now, I'm just saying, Bernie, like, he sounds like he's got way better command of language and concepts and a way better ability to remember policy positions he's taken. He's got a discernible worldview that could translate into policy. So I think he would have been way the fuck better than Trump, but it's still a problem. It's still a problem. I mean, the same thing could be said for Hillary. Hillary's old as fuck and has tons of neurological problems.
Oh my god, dude.
Passing out.
I mean, like, the Trump people were definitely right about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, like, there's, like, numerous videos of her, like, being, like, carried around and, like,
Just like falling over and people having to catch her like a sack of potatoes and load her into a car like cargo.
Her legs just fucking give out. They're like, ugh.
She's sick. She's old. You know what happens when you get old? Shit like that. You know what you don't want happening when we're in a tense fucking diplomatic negotiation with a hostile foreign power? That happening. President Hillary Clinton walked into a very tense meeting with Li Jinping from China today and immediately fell over like a sack of potatoes and had to be carried away. That's not foreign policy. That's something that should be taken care of in a nursing home. Let's elect... I got an idea. Let's elect fucking Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump for their next political position at the nursing home. Maybe they can be like leader of the fucking activities committee or something. Today, we're gonna play shuffleboard. Tomorrow, we're gonna play badminton. Maybe they could handle that. Trump, probably not. Trump would probably be like, tomorrow is badminton day. And then all the old people would show up with their badminton rackets. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's shuffleboard day. Whatever. At least, you know, the country isn't going down the toilet because shuffleboard day got doubled up, you know?
Yeah, just Shady Oaks Nursing Home.
Yeah, just the Shady Pines Rest Home. Oh, God.
Whatever, Paul. Trump is a great leader.
You're right. I'm just a salty, cucked libtard piece of shit. Don't know what's what. I don't know what's what.
Hey, where's that scooper at?
The White House is now Shady Oaks Retirement Center. Yeah, pretty much. Trump promised isolationism, shit talk Goldman Sachs, promised to imprison Hillary, and he promised a free economy. That's why I supported him. In sum, Trump is a big disappointment. Well, that's what happens when you listen to old men. Old men promise a lot of things and then either can't deliver on it or forget they ever said it.
Hey, Paul, you know you should title this stream?
What?
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I missed a super chat. Let's see. Hey, Paul, I found more money to throw at the screen. Thank you. And Unconnected gave $1 and said nothing. Thank you for that as well. Trump likes walls. He is a walls. Whatever. Do I want to be old when you're older? What? Damn, I played a few levels of Hotline Miami 2 instead of watching the stream, and now I missed the start. Oh no! Oh no! What have you done? Your grandmother just said that Trump has done more than any other president. That's because your grandmother is suffering from the same fucking cognitive impairment that our president is. She looks at him and she's like, look, he dodders around just like me. At least Bernie seemed to be for the people rather than himself and special interest groups. I mean, that what he would have done with his power remains to be seen. There's a good chance that Bernie would have just rolled over and been another Obama. You think the country would survive a Trump presidency lasting through 2024? I don't know. I guess.
As long as he doesn't nuke everything.
People are like, no, he wouldn't. Bernie wouldn't do that. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Guess you haven't lived through enough election cycles.
I was about to say, like, you know.
Wait till you live through a few more presidents. You'll feel like I do.
Dude, I was, like, when Obama got elected, I was like, yeah! We won! Fucking, like,
Oops.
7 years later, like, impeach this fucking faggot.
Yep.
He's terrible.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Fuck Obama, dude. Clinton was better than Obama, and he was a fucking pretty much center-right piece of shit. He pulled the Democratic Party to the But even he has more like accomplishments he could point to.
Yep.
Balanced budget.
Yeah. Presided over the last surplus that we had in terms of a budget. We won't be ever seeing that again. Yeah, have you heard the words budget surplus come out of the government since Clinton? Because I haven't.
No. Bush drove us deeper and deeper into debt. Obama drove us deeper and deeper into debt. Trump is driving us deeper and deeper into debt. There's not going to be a surplus anytime soon. It doesn't even matter who the fuck you elect. We're just too fucking deep in the hole at this point.
Oh yeah. We're under a mountain of debt. Our buttholes are owned by China at this point. Trump supporters have no shame or limits on how they would defend their royal king, God, Emperor Trump. Who cares? Bunch of dumbass old man worshippers. How much does America make a year? I don't know. When somebody is ugly and their hair looks like a cat, I don't think they should be president. Oh, shit.
I mean, I could forgive Trump's hideous appearance and weird hair if he actually had some policy decisions and shit that made sense, but he doesn't, so there's no reason to forgive those things.
I honestly think that the Bill Hicks bit about the president being shown JFK being shot from an angle nobody's ever seen is probably close to the truth. Yeah, I have a feeling that as soon as you're elected, you get the sit down. You get a sit down and you get shown a book. And it's just an implication. Nobody's saying, like, if you don't toe the line, we're going to fucking kill you. But the implication is clear. You're just shown a book. A book of presidents that have defied the will of the business community. God, Emperor Trump versus gorilla. I don't even need to do that, do I? Best case, America goes into a new recession. Whatever. Will Trump be defied? What? Deified to Reagan status in a few decades, especially if it happens to be president while North Korea makes peace with South Korea? I don't know. I mean, probably.
I mean, it kind of seems like no matter how awful a president is, they usually get some level of, like, reform later on.
Oh yeah, even Nixon, like even a totally disgraced president, there are people now that are like, talk about Nixon, like, say what you want, yeah, he did some wrong things, but man, his policies were pretty good.
I mean, he started the EPA, opened relations with China. I mean, he does have some actual accomplishments you can point at.
Yep.
I don't know if Trump will, though. I mean, he doesn't have any yet.
I mean, like this person in here said, if North Korea does make peace with South Korea, then that'll probably be attributed to Trump after a few years.
Well, the president of South Korea did come out and say that Trump brought North Korea to the table, so he might deserve credit there.
Nothing but a bunch of booty chatter. Yeah. Booty chatter. Can you tell TJ to stream earlier than usual? I live in the UK and can never catch his streams. TJ streams when he streams.
Yeah. I really don't like streaming during the day because I find that stupider people show up.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you get a better crowd at night.
It really depends on the day for me. Sometimes I'll do these like earlier day streams and they'll be really good. A lot of good conversation, and sometimes it's just undoable. But I find that same thing at night.
Last time I did a day stream, it was just like, oh my god.
I mean, last night, dude, we did that late night Highdeology on TJ Does Life, and fucking, dude, it was like pulling teeth. The chat was just not engaged, dude. They just weren't there. Hail Trump, Paul, convert, you infidel. All right, hail Trump. You got me. You converted me.
God, Emperor Trump. He's a good man. He's a good leader. He will lead us to the promised land.
Can we have a president with a beard? I trust guys with beards more. Well, you're in the minority. The reason you don't see presidents with facial hair anymore is because studies have shown that people do not trust people with facial hair as much as they trust people who are clean shaven.
I want a bearded president. I agree with that guy.
Well, it's not going to happen. You're never going to get another president that doesn't wear, like caked on 6 inches of women's makeup every time he's out in public, shaving his fucking disgusting old man swinging jowls so that everybody can see them on proud display. That's just the way it works now, man. No mustaches. I mean, it's all the same. No sideburns. No, you won't see a presidential candidate with significant facial hair in your lifetime. That's almost a guarantee. If it happens, it'll be a weird fucking, just random event.
I demand that it happen.
But nope, you're going to get a clean-shaven dude wearing a black pinstripe suit and a blue or red tie. That's what you're going to get. The same haircut. Trump is, the only president we've had that's had a strange haircut ever. Well, maybe not ever, but in modern history. But yeah, you're gonna get the clean cut, male pattern baldness, clean shaven, black suit, white shirt, blue or red tie. That's what you do. That's how you have to look. You don't get to be you don't get to have mutton chops anymore. You don't get to have a goatee or a stash or a beard, because people don't trust you. They think that you're trying to hide something, to hide some kind of deception behind your facial hair.
You know what, Paul?
What?
I disagree. I think our next president's gonna have a beard.
No, he's not gonna.
He's gonna have a fucking beard.
You're wrong.
A big, bushy ass beard.
Yeah, I have nukes hidden behind my beard. Bernie Sanders is going to grow a beard. No, he's not.
I don't think I cannot even imagine Bernie Sanders with a beard.
What about a bald prez? That's another thing that people don't like. I mean, you're probably more likely to get a president that is either bald or balding than a president with facial hair, though. You know, a kid who snuck a lighter and Black and Mild into juvie via their afro. That's cool. That's pretty dope, dude. They were the coolest kid in juvie that night. And like, I don't know what you fucking faggots are gonna do, but I'm gonna spark up a Black and Mild. It's like, damn, son.
I want a black president with a fucking afro and sideburns and a beard, like a goatee.
Never gonna happen, dude.
I want the whole shebang, and I want him to be trans too.
A black, trans, afro, sporting, sideburned, goateed president. All right.
That's all I want, America. Make it happen. And I want them to be a staunch Republican.
Well, best of luck. Best of luck, I guess, with that shit. Man, damn it, son. Go behind the house. You're shining on my phone and I can't read. Hurry up. Go behind the house. My president, my old people, my Bernie Sanders supporters. Yeah, Master P. Make them say, na 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 na.
Master P lived
Oh yeah?
Yeah. My dad had a big mansion around here, and apparently, like, Master P moved in there for like a few years.
Cool. Make them say, How's it feel to be making good money again, guys? Bet it feels nice. I mean, we're building things up. It feels good to be rewarded for your work. Hey, Ted Cruz killed 7 people and people still support him. Oh, really? He killed 7 people? I missed a super chat. Super chat is where it's at. Do you think the country would survive a Trump presidency? Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Paul, I sent you a DM on Twitter. All right, fair enough. I'll check it later. I'll check it later. My friend is a Trump lover, and she said she likes him, so I said, so you mean you like dead cats? What are you even talking about, dude? Get out of here. That comment was nonsensical. My unwillingness to support another multi-trillion-dollar perma war makes me an Assad apologist. Oh, shit. I guess there's been enough time. I can tell you the story about when I did coke with an alligator. So I was out in the swamp here when we first moved down here. I was just kind of chilling, listening to the mosquitoes and wishing I was inside. And then an alligator came swimming up. And he's like, hey, man, do you party? And I was like, not really with alligators, bro. I'm going to leave. And he's like, no, 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 man. It's cool. It's cool. Want to do a line? And I was like, a line of what? And he's like, man, what line of what? Cocaine, brother. And I was like, yeah, I kind of do. And so he flipped his tail up, and there was already a line cut out on his tail, and I did a big fat rail off of the alligator's tail, and we partied in the swamp all night. It was pretty good, man. It's pretty cool. True facts, dude. True stories. Don't act like you were there, TJ. Psst. TJ wasn't there. TJ was there at the beginning, but he was like, guys, I don't really feel comfortable doing this cocaine. I was like, all right, well, get the fuck out of here then.
Remember that Waffle House shooting?
There was a shooting at a Waffle House.
Yeah. Yeah, some naked dude showed up at a Waffle House with a rifle and shot 4 people.
Whoa.
Probably would have shot more, but some black dude fucking wrestled the gun away from him and shit.
Where was this?
I think it was Tennessee.
Great. Now I gotta worry about getting shot up when I go to Waffle House to fill my belly with.
Yeah, like, I think because I'm a fat dude and I like Waffle House, it's hitting me a little harder than the other shootings, you know?
Well, yeah, because that's like a place that we go chill.
You know, it's like, man, stick to schools and theaters and churches and shit. Come on. Leave Waffle House alone. Waffle House should be a place of solace, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to get shot at Waffle House. I want to eat my All-Star Special. Right, Sal?
He was nude, but with a coat on. Cool. So he was like a flasher shooter. Okay. Yeah, Waffle House is probably pretty dangerous, but it's worth it.
Yeah, dude, I just imagine myself sitting there fucking eating my hash browns and shit. All of a sudden some naked dude comes in with a rifle and starts blowing people away, you know? That ain't no good.
Yeah, man, that would definitely like impact my enjoyment of that meal.
Yeah, you know. Even if I don't get shot, you know, I'm not gonna be like in the mood for eating afterwards. I'm like, God damn, I just got shot at.
There's literally no way to fix mass shootings in America. It's something we're stuck with. No gun laws will fix this. Well, I'm glad you've given up.
There's no way that this thing that only happens here can't happen here.
Yep.
Like,
There's a mod for Quake, as you see, in 360 degrees. It's a trip to play, but fun as fuck. Sure, DM me a link. I'll check it out. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go and get that master post for the patrons done because Coolman DM'd me the stuff that I need for that. So if you're a new patron or haven't watched all of the patron episodes, it should be easy now. I'm gonna just make a master post for you guys and put everything that we've put up in that so that it's easy to find, and we'll just keep updating that until we come up with an archive solution. So yeah, I'm gonna go get to work on that, do some writing and shit. Thank you guys for chilling. I'll see you later. Bye.